Hi, everybody. Welcome to the 2023 Senior Serve. It's great to have you all with us here tonight. My name is David Pullman from the CSA, and I'm your host and MC for this evening. We have a great show ahead. We're going to jump into it pretty much right away here. Just really excited to celebrate the finalists of our senior awards, the Betty Richey Award and the John Skillman Award. It's been an incredible season. It's hard to believe it's over already, and we're crowning these incredible award recipients. And I'm excited for you all to meet them and hear a little more from them tonight before we honor the award recipients. So tune in, have fun, and here we go. So I'm going to jump right into it first. We're going to start with the Betty Richey Award, which is the main award for senior players who have exhibited incredible sporting behavior and a high level of play throughout. You see on the screen our three finalists this evening. Alina, Siva, and Andrea are all going to be with us. The Betty Richey Award is named for a legendary player who played at Radcliffe and then started the programs at Vassar College. And was one of the key people who helped devise the women's team championships 50 years ago this year. And, the award goes to the senior player who, in her play, best exemplifies the ideals of squash and her love and devotion for the game, her strong sense of fairness, and a high level of play. Once again, this year, the Richey Award is being presented by the Aziz family. They are incredible supporters and benefactors of college squash and Yale squash in particular. Their daughter, Alia Aziz, was a 2010 winner of the Betty Richey Award and a three-time CSA All-American. And we are very, very grateful for the support from the Aziz family again this year. So let's get started with our first nominee, our first finalist for the Betty Richey Award. Her name is Alina Bushma from Drexel University.
Alina is one of the most skilled squash players I've ever seen in my life, and that skill comes from all of the hard work that she puts in, and she is just one of the most physically dominating squash players.
Well, she's just such a beast on court and just such a nice person.
On court, Alina is a fighter. She is the most hardworking, determined and relentless individual I've ever seen. Every practice, every match, she gives it absolutely everything, and she's just got this mindset of being the best and how much she truly believes in her skills and her squash ability.
Alina's a fighter. She's found herself in some very hard situations as a Drexel athlete, and every time she goes on court to represent Drexel, she brings effort, she brings energy, she brings fight. It's what separates her from the rest of the crowd.
Alina's skill level has improved so much since I first met her. I've known Alina since we were 10 years old in juniors, and she has evolved so much as a player since then. I've seen her evolve through all her new shots, all her movement, and really just come together as an all-round amazing player.
Deserving the Richey Award is, she exemplifies exactly what, an athlete through college squash is doing. She's there to compete. She doesn't have any arguments on the squash court. She puts everything aside. She's performing the best she can for herself, her teammates, her program, what she gets out of squash, what she gives back to squash, and what everyone looks up to. So, you have a look at that, and, if there's somebody who's deserving for the Richey Award, it has to be Alina.
Hi, Alina. How are you doing? Yeah, that's we got to hit the unmute button. Let's get you on here.
Hi, sorry about that.
No, quite all right. Yeah, I was got to say you're actually a veteran. If you remember, a year ago you joined us to talk a little bit about what your experience and your family's experience in Ukraine, and now you're here as a finalist for the Richey Award. How has the last year been? How has college squash kind of helped you get through everything that's going on with your family and your homeland?
Well, definitely squash is it helped me a lot. I mean, I think squash is something like my passion, so it definitely brings me joy. So I mean, in the hard times like that, I know it's just squash something you can focus on, and it's both brings me joy and the nomination for Skillman Award as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, you certainly earned it. You heard your teammates and coaches call you a fighter and so tough, a beast on court. How does that make you feel? Is that do you feel like you embody those characteristics?
Oh my god! Well, I was actually smiling and when I was watching that video. I know. I think it does represent me, and some people will say I'm hard on court. I feel like I'm not very hard off court, so it's kind of funny that people are calling me the beast and the fighter on court. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, it's great to have you here. Congratulations on being voted a finalist for the Betty Richey Award. Certainly well deserved. Your performance last year at the national championships against Trinity really stands out as a marquee performance. So well deserved. Hang with us. We're going to bring on our next finalist. But congratulations again on a great career. So our second finalist tonight for the Betty Richey Award. She comes from Cornell University, Siva Sangari Subramaniam.
Siva is one of the best players in the world and easily the best player I've ever had the privilege of sharing the court with. On match day, she plays with poise, grace, and humility, no matter the circumstances and no matter the outcome. She wins and loses with grace.
Since the moment that Siva joined Cornell Squash, she has inspired us all. We all know that she's one of the best squash players in the world, but her capacity as a leader and a role model that's been impressive to watch over the last 4 years. This season, Siva came back from adversity in recovering from a serious accident to come back and play for us in the spring and help us make the top 8 teams. This showed immense courage, but also immense team loyalty, and she really wanted to make that sacrifice in coming back for us.
Siva is one of the greatest squash players I've ever known. She's a hard worker and a fighter. Being her close friend and seeing her progress so much 4 years in Cornell, I'm so happy that she's where she is now. She definitely deserves the Richey Award. She's a good role model both on court and off court.
Siva's 4 years at Cornell have been amazing. From the first day, she's had a huge impact on the team. Her record speaks for itself. So I couldn't think of anyone more worthy of winning the Richey Award. The impact she's had on the team and our program have been amazing, and can't wait to see what she does in the future.
Siva, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks, Adrian. How are you?
Congratulations. I know you would probably much prefer to be preparing for a semifinal right now. I think probably a lot of people were watching a tough match last night, but it really is inspiring to see you back on court. And I think I'll speak on behalf of the CSA. We're grateful that you were able to make it back for the second half of the season. Talk to us a little bit about the draw of coming back, not necessarily about the injury itself, but just sort of the battle to come back and be part of the team one last semester to close out your career.
Yeah. So obviously, my plan was to take a leave of absence last semester and come back this spring to play for Cornell one last time. But obviously, I was unfortunate to meet an accident, and I have to go through all recovery process. But I'm just grateful to be playing for Cornell this spring and actually bringing the team to top 8, and also being the finalist in the national individual championship. So it means a lot to me, and I'm just grateful for David and Mark for always being there by my side when I'm in Cornell and also back home. Yeah.
Absolutely. Talk to us a little bit. I mean, you've obviously been playing for a long time as an individual. Talk about the team aspect of squash a little bit and what appeals to you about that.
Yeah, so it's very different. When I was before coming to Cornell, it's all myself. It's all about me because squash is an individual sport. But when I came to Cornell, it's more of a team sport. It makes you, I think, you learn more about teamwork, and like you got to take responsibilities, not just for yourself, for everyone around you as well. So I think it has taught me a lot, and I think I've learned a lot of things in this past 4 years.
Fantastic. No, it's great to hear. It's definitely a marquee aspect of our game, and we're happy that you were able to take part in that as well. So hang with us. We're going to get to our third and final finalist for the Betty Richey Award. Congratulations on a great career and being nominated for this award.
Thank you.
So our third finalist this evening, coming from Princeton University, senior Andrea Toth.
I know Andrea is really honored and humbled to be recognized as a Betty Richey Award nominee. Andrea's career at Princeton has been impressive. She started as a freshman. She earned the number 5 position, undefeated that season. She came back, worked hard on her game over that summer, reached the number 5 position. COVID did hit, so she came back even stronger physically and mentally, and matured tremendously as a competitor during that time, and played number 1 as a junior and reached All-American status. This past season, she shared the number 1, 2, and 3 spot, and also qualified as All-American, and has really led the team through her example of her determination to grow and improve as a player and a competitor. And it's been a real pleasure to spend the last 4 years with Toth.
Our entire team has looked up to her the entire year as she's led by example both on and off the court.
We're grateful for her contribution to our team dynamic and to the positive impact she's had on our peers and on college squash as a whole.
Toth brings the best out of her teammates through her work ethic on and off the court. She always shows up to practice every single day with the best attitude, and she's willing to do whatever it takes to make us the best team. She's always there for all of us and really pushes us to be the best versions of ourselves no matter what, and we can't thank her enough for that.
Played at the top level of college squash, earning top 10 All-American. All the while she represented Princeton with amazing sportsmanship and continual respect for her opponents.
Andrea, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Kind words from your teammates and coaches there. What do you think about that?
It's really amazing to hear them speak so highly of me, and just being nominated for this award is very humbling and really special to me. I look up to Siva and Alina, and I just think they're amazing squash players. So to be recognized for award alongside with them is just really special.
That's agreed for sure. I mean, but you've certainly earned your way to this point as well. So congratulations on a great career. You're part of a big family, and you have 2 siblings at least that I know of that played college squash. How does it feel to kind of have followed in their footsteps into the CSA and reach this pinnacle, this high level of the sport?
I think I've just been so lucky to have my older siblings, and even my younger siblings as kind of role models for me. It's crazy how fast time has flown. I remember watching my sister compete for Princeton, and just thinking it was the most amazing experience and opportunity. And now to be in my senior year, finishing off my career is crazy.
I'm sure. Will we see any future Toths joining us in college squash in the future, do you think?
Yes. My youngest brother, Joseph, just got accepted to Amherst. So hopefully he'll be starting there in September. So hopefully you guys will be seeing some more Toths in the future.
Fantastic. Well, we look forward to Joseph playing in his career. But let's focus on your accolades and that of your fellow finalists. So I just want to bring Siva and Alina and Andrea all together for a moment on screen. it's great to have you three here. I mentioned this before, but this is this past year you all played in the 50th anniversary of the women's national team championship. The state of women's squash in college is really skyrocketed, and it's at a level now which is just incredible. How, Andrea, starting with you, how do you see your place in history? I mean, just competing in the 50th anniversary and playing at such a high level. What does that mean to you and sort of your place in the history of the game?
I just think that it's really pushed me to be the best that I possibly can be. I think it's impossible to be surrounded by such a high level and not feel kind of the pressure and also the motivation to be the best that you can be and kind of reach your full potential. So I think just being surrounded by that type of energy and that type of excellence has really just been such a great motivation for me. And I think I've learned so much from girls older than me over the years, and then also through the younger girls that are kind of coming up and are playing at such a high level already.
Yeah, Siva, anything to add there? It's a monumental anniversary. Title IX was passed around 50 years ago, and squash has been at the forefront of sort of gender parity in play on the pro tour, but also we're really proud of the play of women's players in college. I mean, anything to add on that front?
I just feel the intensity in like college squash is really high. I always played professional squash and always thought that was like the highest level, but I feel like college squash is like really improving, and I get a lot of competitive matches playing with players from different schools, and I think that's great for college squash and squash in general.
Alina, I'll give you the last word. Anything to add? Your feeling of your place in history and how women's squash is progressing?
Sure. Yeah. First of all, I agree with whatever Siva and Andrea said, but also I think it's just amazing how people before me, as well as in college squash, and when they, after college squash became pro players, just showed it showed me the way, motivated me to be better on squash and off squash and off of the court.
Fantastic. Well, well-deserved congratulations to all three of you. Now's the time to announce the recipient of the Betty Richey Award. So on behalf of the Aziz family, I'm honored to announce this year's recipient. The coaches have voted, and the recipient of the 2023 Betty Richey Award is Siva Subramaniam from Cornell University. Siva, congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Very, very well deserved. How do you feel that the coaches have voted for you for this award?
Yeah, definitely feel happy. I mean, college squash is especially coming to US was never my plan, but now since I'm here and winning this award, it means a lot to me to close off my college squash career. Yeah.
Awesome. You just mentioned that you were active on the pro tour. Before you came here, you've stayed active through college. Now that your college career is complete, what are your goals? What's your timeline? What are you looking to accomplish, post graduation?
I'm still obviously going to compete in the professional tour for a few years and see how I do. Obviously, there's a lot of goals to achieve, as many goals have been paused when the accident happened. So for now, it's just being on the tour and playing as much as I can. And after that, it was still not sure. But yeah, for now, I'm happy to just be playing out there. Yeah.
Yeah. I was looking at your statistics on the video and researching about your career before the show. And you were in 3 individual finals. You won 1 final in college. We just inducted a class to the College Squash Hall of Fame that had 4 women who had very similar resumes. That's sort of College Squash Hall of Fame material. How do you feel about that? How do you put that in perspective?
Yeah, I think it's a very good. For me, it's personally a very good record. Obviously, this all goes to the Cornell community. Of course, they've helped me out a lot. Like as an international student, it's never easy to just be so far away from home and balancing both sports and studies. So I think it's good for me. It's good for also people around Cornell, and yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, is there anyone else, it's great that you recognize the Cornell community. Is there anyone else in particular you'd like to thank as you kind of this final chapter of your college career comes to a close?
Yeah, I mean, definitely like to thank my family back home who's always been supportive, and David Palmer for sure. He's been there since day one, always supporting, always believing in me, and the whole team, Mark Burke as well, just always being there for me and motivating me to do better each time I play a match, and just enjoying these 4 years. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations, Siva. Very pleased that you've been you're the recipient of the Betty Richey Award this year. Best of luck with your future career and your endeavors. We'll certainly be following and celebrating your successes, which we know will come. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. We are going to transition now to our Skillman Award finalists. So the Skillman Award is named for John Skillman, who is the legendary coach at Yale University for 41 years. This goes to the senior who's demonstrated outstanding sporting behavior during his entire career while maintaining a high level of play. For the fourth year in a row, the Skillman Award is presented by the Schiller Family Foundation in honor of their father, Dr. Sheldon Schiller. Dr. Schiller loved the game of squash, particularly the expectations around sportsmanship and fair play, and he embodied that in his own play. We are very, very grateful for the Schiller family's support. In fact, a special shout out to them. This is their fourth year of their presenting sponsorship. They're moving on after this year, but they were one of the first groups to jump in and really get behind supporting college squash in a substantive way. And we are extremely grateful for their support. So thanks to the Schiller Family Foundation for being the presenting sponsor for the Skillman Award again this year. So we'll just move on to our first Skillman Award finalist. His name is Omar El Torki, and he is from the University of Virginia.
He's exceptionally powerful.
Even somebody who hasn't seen squash, they can tell, oh, he's good.
Player whose strokes are probably among the finest in the world. Highlight reel every time.
He's one of the best players to watch in college squash.
I mean, I think what drives me the most is like the desire to learn and to develop. Learn more about myself, learn more about the sport, develop as a player, develop as an athlete. And putting yourself under pressure and under competition is I believe is the way to do it. For any sport, respect, honor, and integrity are really, really important. Since I've come here, I've learned how to apply those values with the team and with the UVA community on and off court.
He brings quite a few different things, including the level of squash that he plays, his ability to compete at the top of college squash. So watching him is entertaining, and it lets our players learn from that. And then as a person, he's just a great guy.
If there was someone to come out here and watch squash for the first time and want to see, a beautiful game of squash played the right way, it's Omar I will want them to come and see play, because he just really represents the University of Virginia the right way, and all of college squash really. So yeah, there can be a better person for any new player on our team to emulate than Omar.
Omar, congratulations on your nomination.
David, thank you.
How does it feel when you hear your coaches talk about, they would want you to be the person to be on court if a new, an administrator or a new player came and wanted to check out squash at Virginia?
I mean, it feels great. Honestly, it's such a great honor to hear that from my coaches. That's one thing, but to be nominated for the Sportsmanship Award, that's such a great honor, and I'm really happy about that.
Absolutely. You kind of you've been on the forefront of Virginia's growth as a program and their success. What has that been like over the course of your career, kind of leading the charge and bringing Virginia, into the top 8 of the men's rankings and competing for national championships?
I mean, honestly, it's been challenging, maintaining my squash abilities, as well as being able to transition into the team, because I coming from Egypt, I've always learned how to become successful as an individual, but I've been learning so much since I came here, and it's been challenging, but honestly, having Ali with me on the team has helped me so much, maintaining my my squash abilities, as well as transitioning to the U.S. As a whole,
Fantastic. Well, congratulations on a great career. We're really pleased to have you with us here tonight and to honor your position as a finalist for this award. So hang with us. We're going to meet our final 2 finalists next, but congrats to you, Omar.
Thank you.
Our second finalist tonight from Drexel University is Matthias Knudsen.
Matthias' on-court poise and demeanour is it's a joyful one. He's the way he gets across of he loves to have fun on the squash court, but he's also as you can see with his top spins, and he wants to send people the wrong way. But it's also his determination to win. That in itself sets Matthias aside, where he can get enjoyment out of what some others cannot.
Matthias' overall skill level, I think, is one of the highest in college squash, probably of all time. The way he can trick your opponents, go in the wrong way, he has an amazing skill level.
He's such a respectful player. When you go to see him play, you already know he is going to be a fair game, a clean game. He's not going to have arguing with the refs, and it's going to be a spectacle. Of all the people that I know, he's for sure the one that loves the game the most. I've never seen someone love squash so much as him, and besides that, he's such a role model. I look up to him like a brother.
I think there's no other person that deserves this award more than Matthias. He deserves this award because he's dedicated so much of his life, not only the past 5 years, to squash and to being a great role model on and off the court. I don't think many players that play at the level he does, that have the class on court, the sportsmanship, and the respect for their opponents that Matthias constantly has. I think that he's a great candidate for the award, and I'm sure he'll win.
Matthias, high praise and confidence from your teammates there. How does that make you feel?
No, it's unbelievable. After watching that video, it almost made me tear up. Listening, just hearing those words from your teammates is just so encouraging to keep going with squash. It's so nice, and it reminds me that I have a family outside my family.
Of course, yeah. That's one of the hallmarks of college squash, right? Is playing team squash and having that family atmosphere. No question about it. Matthias, you do play with such a flair and a panache. Where does that come from? How do you even come up with some of these shots? Where does that come from?
I'm not even sure. I've always been such a fan of the game. I've always been so competitive and everything. I'm always looking forward to coming up with new stuff. It's not even only with squash. It's I've played many sports in my time, and it's just something that just helps me be happy in life. Is just to try new things in different sports. So if you give me a soccer ball, you give me a couple golf clubs, you give me a squash racket or something, I'm just gonna enjoy myself for as long as I can, because it's just what I love.
That's a really refreshing perspective. Definitely don't lose that, and it's so fun to watch. I feel like we could create just a Matthias shot of the season compilation from what you or others have submitted for our shot of the month video. So it's really fun to watch you play. I wish you the best of luck in your future career and everything that you tackle. It's been great to have you in college squash.
No, thank you so much. College squash was a dream come true for me. I didn't know what to expect before I came here, obviously, as everyone else.
Yeah.
But the people, especially the people I met and that I got in my life, during college squash is something I'm gonna be thankful for my entire life, because it definitely changed my life in like squash wise and like life wise, and just
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really heartwarming. Makes us feel good about what we do. I'm really glad to hear that. So stick around with us. We have one more finalist to introduce. And that finalist comes to us from Harvard University, former individual champion Marwan Tariq.
14-1 each season for 4 years, 4 national titles, 3 Ivy titles, Ivy Player of the Year this year, an individual title, 4-time All-American, 4-time All-Ivy. This must be the strongest resume of any player in my time in the men's program for sure.
So Marwan was my captain last year, and then I co-captained the team with him this year. And I'd say in both situations, he was the perfect captain and then the perfect co-captain. Speaking specifically to this year, just getting a closer look into how much he cares about everyone on the team, how much he cares about the program at large, how much he cares about every practice, every day, and every game, and just really everything he does with the team. It's really inspiring, and it made my job as co-captain a lot easier.
I don't think there is a cleaner player in college squash, and there hasn't been in the last 4 years.
His energy and his sense of humor is infectious, and that can be seen by his teammates and opponents as well. He came in at a very high skill level, and he kept working on it, kept working to improve in every way that he could. So he's been a great example every step of the way.
Marwan, what high praise from coaches and your team captain, your co-captain, but well deserved. I mean, your resume speaks for itself. What a phenomenal career. Congratulations. What do you think?
Thanks a lot, David. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's like every time I watch this like video, I just feel, I was so grateful for my team of coaches, my teammates, George, of course. So definitely something that a good recap for my 4 years of college squash and Harvard squash for sure.
What's the secret to your success? Can you help some other teams catch up here? What's the story?
I mean, to be honest, it's fully like a teamwork. We as players on the team, we put in the work day in and day out. We commit to the process. We believe in ourselves in every match we play. And from the team, from the coaches, great mentorship. They understand us so well. They understand our bodies. They just understand how to get us ready by the time the season ramps up. So at the end of the day, yeah, Mike mentioned all of that, but I can't emphasize how much of a team effort it is. So
fantastic. I love all this team talk, because that's college squash's trademark. So great stuff. Hang right there, Marwan. We're going to bring Matthias and Omar back into the screen. Omar is going to join us in a second. Yeah, guys, I think one of you mentioned this in one of your quotes. You all seem to be very close, know each other, have been competing against each other. What's that like, being on different teams, but having sort of this friendly competition? What goes into that? How do you feel about that?
I can start. I think, before coming and playing college squash, Omar and I played for the same club back home. We played for the national team together, played world teams together. So and Matthias, I've known him since 2016 or 17 at Worlds also. So just seeing my my friends come and play college squash and spend the 4 years of college competing against each other is something I was definitely looking forward to even before coming here. And just seeing each other, myself and them, getting better every year, and just developing not only on court but off court was something very special and unique, of course.
What do you think, Matthias? You're always so friendly. You're such a good sport. How does that play into your mindset?
No, for me, it's an honor to be nominating amongst very close friends like Marwan and Omar. I've known them, as Marwan said, for a while. It's always so fun to get on court with people like them, because it's just it's gonna be a good high level match. but it's also gonna be fun, you know. And that's like what I try base my like, what inspires me to play squash. You just like have fun out there, and with these guys especially, like every time I play, it's just regardless of the outcome, it's just like it's gonna be a good match, and I'm looking forward to it. You know.
Yeah, I mean, we've all known each other before coming here, and just seeing each other. I agree with Marwan. Just seeing each other on and off court, like develop and grow up, like it's really rewarding, you know.
Absolutely. I see everyone, you guys and others on social media commenting on each other's shots and posts and award nominations. So it's really cool to see, I got to say. And this, I talked to the women about it being the 50th anniversary of the Women's National Team Championships. It's also the 100th anniversary of college squash, the first intercollegiate match. And I'm really pleased that you three are nominated and setting a great example for us as we go into our next century of play. So with that in mind, on behalf of the Schiller Family Foundation, I'm honored to announce this year's recipient of the 2023 Skillman Award, and that goes to Marwan Tarek of Harvard University. Marwan, congratulations.
Thanks, David. Thanks a lot.
How do you feel? I see you like close your eyes. You're like, how are you feeling?
No, it feels great, to be honest. Like as Matthias said, like it just feels so good to like be nominated amongst like literally like the most like fair, honest players in college squash. So I was just like so happy to be nominated in the first place and to win the award amongst like people before me who won it. Like of course big names and just like good characters on and off court that like represents the game itself so well. It's something I'm super proud of, to be honest.
Well, congratulations. I saw a little before this or yesterday, we posted a video, and Victor, your teammate and friend who won this award last year, posted about you. Just talk about what's special to you about playing college squash. We've talked about it a little bit, but that team atmosphere really seems to have sunk in really well.
Absolutely. Like, so first of all, like, I think someone said from the girls, like, this is like an individual sport, but like the beauty of college squash is that it brings out the team in an individual sport, which is something I think I felt so fortunate for, because at the end of the day, like, you're competing for like a team behind you. Like, you look back at the glass and you see more than like 10, 11 people from your team just cheering for you. Like, you always feel that like, oh, they got you back. And that's like literally my favorite part about college squash. But apart from that, just like seeing my friends on different teams like every other weekend or like every weekend, playing home and away games, and just like these team trips with the boys. And of course our women's team also like is something very special, and something I don't think I'm gonna experience in anything in my next chapter. So yeah, like super grateful. And for like Victor's comment, like there's no one to like better represent the sport than Victor. So like these words coming from him, of course, like meant so much to me, and yeah, super happy.
Fantastic. So career's complete, 4 national titles, all the accolades that Coach Wei talked about. What's next for you? What's next in your squash career?
That's a good question. I always try to like I always try to
put you on the spot, Marwan. We got to get some headlines here.
It's up in there right now. Like I'm gonna start like training again. I finished college in like 2 months.
Right.
Kind of, yeah, a little bit less than 2 months. So just try to like play tournaments around me here in Boston or like New York. See if my body stays in it, if my head stays in it, because like professional squash is very, very tough mentally. It's like just a tough lifestyle, which is why like I respect anyone who does it, of course. So I still don't have an answer. It's up in there right now, but as I looking back for like my 4 years of college squash, super grateful. And just like before I like end, like I want to thank literally like every teammate I have, all the coaches, you guys like in college squash, for just like organizing these like very like organizing like every season such like good competition, and like just providing us with like everything we need to compete, just like think about competing and not everything else. So that makes us very, very fortunate to have, you know, everyone in the organization.
Oh, you're very welcome, and best of luck. Whatever you decide, no pressure from this vantage point. You've done a great job. You've been a great ambassador for college squash. So congratulations on your award tonight, and enjoy it. Celebrate with that team, and it's been great to have you involved. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, David. I appreciate it.
Congratulations. So those are our main awards for tonight. I do want to highlight our award winners in our other categories. So first, our Ann Wetzel Award, which is the most improved women's player in college squash, that went to Nina Thomas from Georgetown University. Nina started out as a leader on Georgetown's club team and led the transition to the varsity program that it is today, and stayed at a high level. So congratulations to Nina. Also wanted to highlight Georgetown along with Hamilton College, the Hamilton College men's team for the team sportsmanship award. Georgetown won the Chafee Award, which is named for former coach Clarence Chafee, and Hamilton won the Sloan Award, named for former coach Sean Sloan. Our most improved teams this year for the women was Chatham University, and for the men, Hobart College. Congratulations to both of those teams. We have posted our All-America teams and our Varsity Scholar Athlete Award recipients. Those are, you can see a rundown of all of these award recipients on our website, csasquash.com. So please check it out, along with our other social media platforms. As I mentioned before, I'm wearing my CSA 100 vest. It is the 100th season. We have a lot in store for you, for all of our college squash fans and constituents, including a championship season, which is going to be very exciting. More information to come very soon on that, so stay tuned. There are lots of ways for you to stay in touch about college squash. We are active on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, our website, LinkedIn. We have a mailing list. So please take the time to get connected and stay connected. We'd love to have interactions with you, hear your feedback and your ideas. Many more things planned. So please tune in and stay tuned. Before we sign off for tonight, I just want to share a few thank yous. First and foremost, the CSA Assistant Commissioner, Abby Wingard, who has done a phenomenal job of managing our look and our feel for this year. Much of what we do and you see in our public facing stuff is a credit to her, and she's done a great job. So thank you, Abby. Also, thank you to all of our CSA student athlete and coaches for your support of the CSA staff and recognizing what we do, and really just competing hard, competing fair, and enjoying every day of the experience. We're here to support you and cheer you on. So congrats for another great season. I also want to thank really quickly our CSA Board of Managers, chaired by John Nimick. John is a phenomenal support system for me personally, but the entire CSA. He's so knowledgeable, and he's actually rolling off as chair at the end of this year, or at the end of this sort of academic year. So, special shout out to John and everything he's done to help bolster college squash over the last several years in his chair role. Also, thank you to US Squash and President and CEO Kevin Klipstein for all of their support. We couldn't do quite a bit of what we do without their support. And finally, a lot of the pictures that you saw tonight, not necessarily the videos, but the still pictures, are credit to Michael Bayo, our official CSA photographer. All those can be found at his website as well. So once again, thank you so much for everyone tuning in. Congratulations to Siva, Marwan, all of our finalists, all of our other award recipients that we've recognized over the past month or so. It's great to be here with you all. Congrats on another great season, and we look forward to sharing more information with you over the course of our 100th season, which we're in right now. It's been a pleasure. Again, my name is David Pullman. Tune in to CSA platforms, and we'll see you soon. Take care.
Let me see if I could give you better. Even when